Okay, welcome. Welcome to today's lesson in Spanish for Comrades. Today we're gonna do some sentences, as it says here below. Sentences in Spanish. So we're gonna do we're gonna do some simple sentences. Some of them are like composite sentences with a couple of verbs and stuff. But I think they're very iconic. So we're gonna start with that. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing fine. Today we're doing sentences. Vamos a hacer frases. Frases, it's called. Hola Delv, welcome. Hola Nicole, I hope you made dinner already. Hola Sinistero, welcome. Welcome and bienvenue, welcome. But this is not a cabaret, this is a Spanish class. Of course, you're gonna make dinner while you listen to this. This is a difficult schedule. The thing is, if I make it earlier, if we make it earlier, os damos la bienvenida, Rendis y yo, bienvenides. Hola, cool morph. I hope I read it right. It has a 0, but I think it's for fun and games. So we're going to do some sentences today. Vamos a hacer unas pocas frases en español. And I think there are some basic sentences that you're going to appreciate, I would say. Let me say, I hope you appreciate them. So this is our document today. I'm going to hang it later on Patreon. We're going to make probably some changes to it or something. You're cooking dinner as well? I caught you all cooking dinner. Okay, this is going to be verbal enough. It doesn't have to support itself so much on the visual. But we have some really cool slides happening in here. So we're gonna do something with sentences that we break them apart. Something that I had a love-hate relationship with it when I was in school, which is called syntax analysis, syntax analysis or something. Análisis sintáctico, we called it in school. But I think it's useful, to learn a little bit of grammar with actual sentences. So you learn where things can go, when constructing a sentence. So I think it's going to be spaghetti for lunch, sketty. Bolognese. Yeah, from Bologna, Italia. Austria, Slovakia, solidarity in dinner times. Yeah, we're all in the same time zone, I guess. So, yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be like syntax analysis, which is something that most of the kids in my class when I was at school hated, but I kind of liked it. It was slightly challenging to identify what is what and what's their function in the sentence. And I think it's a very Bologna plus mayonnaise. It's a good joke. Paprika chicken, cool. I made a fantastic vegan pumpkin creamy with a miso in it and noosh, nutritional yeast in it and stuff like that to make it taste a little bit cheesy. Plus the pumpkin-y, it's really warm and nice. So we're going to do some syntax analysis. So we're going to start with the first sentence, which is El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. If you see in the top right of the slide, there's this cover from the famous song of Quilapayún that I couldn't play accurately here because it has a certain harmony structure that has a lot of chords that I haven't learned yet. But also I would get like copyright strike right away, so it's not gonna happen. But I suggest you all search for it. It's a great song by the Chilean band Quilapayún. The people united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. So yeah, Don't worry about it. We're hanging out and doing the lessons at the same time. Don't worry about it. Yeah, baloney. It's Bologna. So, yeah. Okay, so el pueblo, the people. Okay, we got el pueblo here. The people. Which is united. So the united people. Or the people united. Because, yeah. And jamás será vencido. Never will be defeated. So, we got like the subject, el sujeto, which is el pueblo unido. It's like a passive sentence, so, you know, a negative sentence as well. So, el pueblo unido, the people united. So, we have like the determinante más núcleo. The el is the determinante, and pueblo is the nucleus of the subject. So, that's the name in it, the people. Complemento adjetival, united. It's you know the adjective that modifies the subject of the people. So the people that happens to be united. That's every time I do like a C on it because it's too long to write complemento. It means complemento. Okay, and double C is complemento circunstancial complement, which is jamás, which is never. Which is a time circumstantial complement. And the nucleus of the predicado, you know, it would be será vencido, will be defeated. Which will never will be defeated, will never be defeated. I know will never be defeated would be the right way to compose this in English, but in Spanish you put the never before and will be defeated afterwards. It's kind of one of the little differences that we can see from English grammar to jamais in French, yes. But a united would be un pueblo unido. So instead of el, we would write un, like that, you know? But the famous sentence is el pueblo unido, the people. So el is the people united never will be defeated, like literally translated, okay? So, el pueblo unido jamás será vencido. So, yeah, that's our first sentence here, which is, you know, analyzes a little bit how the subject and the predicate go like differently. You know, I'm not a philologist myself, but I hope you can figure it out. I'm a native Spanish speaker, though. I hope it helps. I'm trying, okay? Not the best teacher here. But considering what you all paid. Just kidding. Fuck capitalism. But yeah. El pueblo is the people. Un pueblo is, could be a village, but pueblo has different meanings. So, a people, un pueblo, you know, it could also be a people, but it could be mi pueblo, my village, you know, or my people, mi pueblo. It's the same word for both of the meanings, right? So, yeah, I agree, Nicole. Like diagramming sentences helps understanding the grammar. That's what they're all about. And they helped us, you know, with our native language understanding. But I think it helps a lot also with foreign learning as a foreign language, right? ¿Dónde está el baño? You've been studying real hard. I don't mean to brag, but I can say this now. ¿Dónde está el baño? Wonderful. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. As a, you know, my obligation as a teacher would be to say like you're missing the accents, the tildes, but it's fine. You know, it's not on your keyboard probably, so don't worry about it. As a comrade, I say, take it easy. It's fine. You constructed very well. Where is the bathroom? ¿Dónde está el baño? Right? Yeah, so pueblo, it goes both ways. So it's the people and the village, you know. I go to my village in the summer. Me voy a mi pueblo en verano, no? For instance, right? Oh, you removed the accents. Ooh. Yeah, that's I can stand by that. I can respect that, you know? Like I ditched capital letters because of the Johannes Itten type of discourse that I kind of internalized. Johannes Itten was a Bauhaus teacher who designed typographies, you know, that designed letters, letter types, in like fonts and stuff, with the intention of not having capital letters at all, because in a nutshell, he said like capital letters were the equivalent to hierarchies in the letter world, if you know what I mean. We have a spam sheesh. Let's get them the boot. How do you get the boot to these spammers? Boo! No spammy. Oh, this one too. Cool. It's the same. Boop. Okay. The boot. Aren't you all like okay, that's a way of seeing it, Delph. Caps are being dominants. Anyway, you get the gist of this sentence, right? El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. It's a very good slogan for us leftists. So the people united would never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. And that's why, you know, most of the neoliberal ideology is incredibly individualist and atomizing, you know? So when we're atomized, we are weak. But when we're together, we're an unstoppable force, right? So there's that. No worries. Don't worry about it. No worries. Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. So, yeah. Teamwork. Thank you, my friends. You're awesome. So, the people united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. And you see how it works. Like the subject goes first, the predicado goes later. But not always. That's why I want to switch to the next sentence, which is contra el Estado y su violencia, ahora y siempre resistencia. And you see that in red, the sujeto, resistencia, is at the end of the sentence. So not necessarily always, you know, the subject needs to be first and the predicado. Sujeto first and the predicado later. Not really. So this is a very anarchist. I'm gonna switch to the image now because I had no room to put an image, so I did a composite instead. This is one of those fanzines that picked up eventually, you know, originally the sentence contra el Estado y su violencia, ahora y siempre resistencia. This was distributed in these puestos of El Rastro in Tirso de Molina, all of the anarchists and punk rockers and whatnot, you know, alternative people, even, you know, communists and Republicans, all kinds of tendencies of lefty people were gathering every Sunday at this area of El Rastro de Madrid. It's a very famous flea market, very traditional flea market in Madrid. And they had like their little alternative people area. That was really cool. Anyway, back to the sentence. And back to your comments. Sorry about that. Realizing to search languages and me to German. Okay. Which is fine. Can read it. Just took me. Yeah. I know you don't use capitals because you're an anti-capitalist. I mean, it's definitely linked to that, Delph. But I'm Tish. No more jokes, but it's fine. We're having fun. That's good. You know, it's fine. We're having fun. Especially unified workers. Yeah, and even, you know, disabled people and people who are retired, you know, we all need to be together against capitalists and the bourgeoisie, which are like the enemy. Learning time, as you will say. So, contra is against. So, contra el Estado, the state, and su violencia, its violence. So, this is this is a funny sentence because it has no verb. The verb is implied, okay? So, contra, against, the, estado, state, y, and, su, its, violencia, violence, ahora, now, y, and, siempre, always, resistencia, resistance, right? So we could actually replace this with we will now and always resist, and then we would be the subject and resist would be the verb. But instead we have like the resistance is the thing that happens, that encloses the verb, but is actually the subject, if you know what I mean. So, complemento circunstancial de modo, so circumstantial complement of mode, which is against. You could be for or against. In this case, it's against. Against what? This is the against what? So it would be the objeto directo, which I don't know why I didn't mark this, but it would be the objeto directo, the object. And it's violence, so it's all, the nucleus of the predicate against the what, because the against the state and its violence, contra el Estado y su violencia. Whoa. Now and always. That's the thing. I had to admit I've not actually been studying hard. You don't catch me in my words. Yeah, okay, don't worry about it. You don't have to. Well, I hope you get to learn some stuff, from Spanish in this class. You don't have to, I think study comes from the Latin studiare, which is making an effort. But, you can learn in an effortless way as well if you're, with the right crowd. And I hope, you're with a proper crowd here. Delph. But yeah, it was es el momento para estudiar. You've been slacking. Babe, let's defend slacking here, okay? We need to we're okay with slacking. Productivity is a capitalist myth. It's a capitalist bullshit. So, contra, against, el Estado y su violencia. So that all of this would be like the objeto directo, which is also the determinante plus the nucleus of the predicate, because it there is no verb. So the object, the direct object. So I'm gonna change it actually. Objeto directo. Missed the T. Typos. Yeah, so you see, in green I mark all the predicate, all the predicado, okay? And in light blue, it's circumstantial complements in general and complements. So in blue, there's the nucleuses. So, ahora y siempre, now and always. Ahora, now, y, and, siempre, always. Resistencia. Siempre will, I think it's going to come up later. Yes, it's going to come up later. So, now and always, as you will say, Delph. Yeah, you gotta guess sometimes. That's good. I encourage that. That's good. Do guesswork. That's fantastic. I'm all for it. That's part of learning. Participating. Being together. So it's good to make guesses. I totally approve of that. Don't underdo it. It's fantastic. Please continue. That's great. Estudia lo elemental para aquellos cuya hora ha llegado nunca es tarde. Well, we can analyze that as an extra bonus later. That's a translation from Bertolt Brecht, The Ode to Study, I guess, which was translated into a song by a band of friends, Desechos. Which was, estudia lo elemental para aquellos cuya hora ha llegado nunca es tarde. Estudia el abecedario, no basta, pero estudialo, no te canses. Anyway, so this has been like an anarchist motto in Spain for for a while. I would say it was up and running back in the 1990s when I was young. Back in the day when most of you weren't even born. And it's still a thing. Contra el Estado y su violencia, ahora y siempre resistencia. I hope it makes sense. The studying emote. Cool. Yeah, I like it too. It's a great slogan, you know. So again, you know, that's how it showed up in a fanzine in the 1990s. We know it was the 1990s because it says pesetas here. That's before euros were a thing. So yeah. Okay, next. Sometimes the subject, el sujeto, and we got the word siempre again because I knew it was gonna happen again. So this has no verb and no subject. So it's a lot of fun. But you see, it's a very simple slogan. It's a very simple sentence. So, hasta la victoria siempre, which is something, you know, that it's a slogan for the Cuban Revolution. It was attributed to Ernesto Che Guevara, and it's very languing. So, hasta la victoria siempre. It was used profusely in Cuba, and it's attributed to Ernesto Che Guevara. Hasta la victoria siempre. So in this case, there's what we call sujeto elíptico, which is a sujeto that is not there. It's not in the sentences, but it's us. In this case, nosotros in a neutral form. But yeah, Che Guevara. Don Ernesto, comandante. And I'll sing that song for you all someday. So yeah, hasta, it's a preposition. In this case, it functions as a circumstantial complement of time, complemento circunstancial de tiempo, which is until or up until, you know, up unto the towards, but you know, that's our end goal. What's our end goal? Our objeto directo, la victoria, the victory. So up until the victory, complemento oracional, in this case a time complement, but it's like a sentence complement, which is always. So there's a comma here for a reason, because we will go up until the victory. So there's a elliptical subject, but also an elliptical verb, because it's not in the sentence itself, right? What you see in the sentence is all the way up to maybe here. No. Okay. You do this, right? This is actually, I think it's Cuba, and it says hasta la victoria siempre. That's the sentence itself. So what it implies is we will go, iremos, or we will journey up until victory. So we, the subject, and we'll journey. We'll have our journey. We will continue. We will, you know, whichever verb applies. You know, you could apply a lot of different verbs that are not in the sentence, but they work, you know. So yeah, hasta la victoria siempre. Did I mess it up? Maybe a little bit. Let me resize this. Well, that's good enough, I suppose. Yeah. So all the way to victory, always. You know, hasta la victoria, siempre. I hope it makes sense. I love that song too. Aquí se queda la clara, la entrañable transparencia de tu querida presencia, comandante Che Guevara. So, next sentence would be this one attributed to Emiliano Zapata, revolutionary leader of Mexico. Look at him with his epic mustache. Wonderful. So, there you go. Which says, prefiero morir de pie que vivir de rodillas. So, I prefer, morir, to die, de pie, standing, que, than, vivir, living, de rodillas, on my knees. So a rodilla is a knee, but the expression de rodillas, which is literally off knees, but not really, the actual translation would be on your knees, on my knees, on your knees, on their knees, whoever's knees, we're talking in the sentence. Oh, gracias, Delv. Espero ser mejor maestro que Dora. I assume Dora la exploradora. You're definitely trying, and I appreciate it, Delv. I assume it's Dora la exploradora. I assume. I love your sense of humor, Delv. You rock. Anyway, back to the sentence. So this one has also like an elliptical subject. When it's in a red square, I'm trying to, indicate that the subject is not in the sentence, but it's implied, right? Dora the Explorer, Dora la exploradora, se va a su casa a poner la lavadora. The lavadora is the laundromat. Because we all have to do the laundry every now and then, when it's not freezing and we can actually have the clothes dry when it's not raining. Anyway, so this is another elliptical subject that is implied in the sentence when it even it's not in the sentence. We have a verb, prefiero morir, I prefer to die. So this would be like a composite verb. And this is like a composite sentence as well, because it has like, I'd rather this than that. So it's two verbs. So this is the secondary nucleus, and this is the primary nucleus. So I'd rather die standing, prefiero morir de pie, than living on my knees, que vivir de rodillas. So this is the nucleus of the predicate, prefiero morir, of the first predicate, and this is the nucleo of the second predicate, vivir. And complemento circunstancial de modo, circumstantial complement of mode, which is standing. La conjunción, which is than, it's the preposition, rather this than that. I think it's a comparative conjunction, I think. I'm not really sure. Living, vivir, from the third conjugation. Remember our lesson about the verbs. Tercera conjugación, vivir, because it ends in ir, so ir. De rodillas, on my knees. And here's Emiliano Zapata with his epic mustache looking at us saying, fight for freedom, comrades. You got this. Let's be strong and down with imperialism. Prefiero morir que perder la vida. Pues también. That's a fun one, actually. Prefiero que me den muerte a que me quiten la vida. That's even it's giving death, dar muerte, and quitar la vida, taking away the life. So Duo is asking you to take another Spanish lesson. Duo can stand down right now. Comrade is here. So it's comer time. Duo time will come later, okay? I don't have that many sentences, so if you have doubts and stuff, from El Chavo del Ocho, okay, yeah, Chespirito was really had his really good moments actually writing, philosophical stuff, in ingraining philosophical stuff into children's comedy shows. So yeah, it makes sense, makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's prefiero morir de pie que vivir de rodillas. I'd rather die standing than living on my knees. That Duolingo bird is threatening. Yeah, definitely. And considering, how many my cousin lives in Israel type of sentences that they sprinkle here and there. And it's like, fuck off sometimes, What do you the Duolingo bird when you haven't practiced in 2 days with a gun on his head? You see, I'm not the Duolingo bird. I'm not going to put a gun to your head so you can practice Spanish. You do it on your own time. I'm not going to pressure you. Fuck that teaching. That was a fun image. I'm gonna share it. Fuck off, Duolingo bird. Don't tell me what to do. Ruega por tu vida. That's big for your life in Spanish. Ruega por tu vida. Hola, Sea of Noise. Welcome. We're having a little bit of a laugh because, class doesn't have to be. By the way, Shea de Mimira, thank you for the follow. And Coolmorph and Cats and Bats and PA90 and Burra Paca, gracias. Thank you all for the follow. Yeah, we're having a little bit of fun. That bird is fucking evil. I agree so much. But, it's free-ish, I guess. They gather your data and feed on the data and put some ads here and there to make money. And some Israel apologia sprinkled in the middle. But, if you watch it with a critical eye, you can use it to learn language a little bit. So, no pressure, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Diversity of tactics or, Okay, that's another one. Vosotros, yeah, we use vosotros. It's like the you plural for male identifying people. So it's the you plural. Vosotros is the you plural for male identifying people. Yeah, like y'all. We should get made if I was. She would get made if we spoke English. Your third grade teacher. Yeah. There are different teaching styles. Okay, I'm not a teacher. I'm more of a comrade, sharing knowledge with other comrades. I think that's the difference, But respect to teachers. They do what they can, and everybody's got different styles that work differently with different people. So, it is what it is. So, this is a great slogan from the Chilean protest. Las balas que nos tiraron van a volver. If you know the song in my YouTube channel and whatnot, I think it's on Bandcamp as well and whatnot. It's how does it go? Ya van a ver, las balas que nos tiraron van a volver, and so on. So that's the slogan in the protest in Chile. See the Mapuche flag over here. Let me see. Zoom in on that. That's a beautiful image. Chilean flags and whatnot, but the Mapuche flag on top, this is Plaza de la Dignidad. in Chile. Boop. So, okay. The sujeto, the subject, would be las balas que nos tiraron. This is like a more formulaic type of sentence, like subject comes first and predicate goes afterwards. We've seen some atypical sentences, let's say. So we're going back to easy mode. Because at this point of the lesson, you'll probably be getting tired. The flag of Chile with the Texan flag. Yeah, I mean, it's more or less the same color scheme, right? Like white on top, red on the bottom, blue. It's just that it inserts... Doesn't insert... I don't remember now. Let me see. Texas flag. Texas flag. Let me see. Yeah, they're very similar. Like they cut differently. Oh my god, so many. Do you have like a simple Texas flag here? So you see the Chilean flag over here, and this is like the Texas flag. Wow, too big. Texans, take it easy. There you go. So it's like if this quarter goes all the way down, all the way to the left, and the star goes up a little bit, it becomes a square. It's a Chilean flag. So they look alike a lot. So it's fair enough to confuse them. Almost the same. Almost. Almost. We have no chill. I love my Texan people. I love all my Chicano people who live in Texas and California, New Mexico. I don't know. I love all my friends. I have a lot of friends in Austin, Texas. So I love the good Texan people. I know there's the Chuds who are like, everybody knows the Chuds. Ya sé que eres chicana, Randy, ya sé que eres chicana. Eres de los míos. Eres de mi gente. So, thanks for the hydration. Hola, Johnny. Welcome. Thanks for the hydration tip, Delph. Definitely, hydration is good. So my Chicano people, all over the United States are probably amongst, the best people out there. I remember Camazotz, it's a great example of Chicano comrade as well. So there you go. No. Anyway, las balas que nos tiraron van a volver. That was like the chant from the protest in Chile against the neoliberalist bullshit of Sebastián Piñera, that evil bastard. So, las balas, the bullets. Here, las balas. So las, the, and it's a female plural. Balas, bullets, plural. So una bala is one bullet. Muchas balas, it's many bullets in plural. So que, that, nos, to us, tiraron. Throw. So this is like a nested sentence. Like people threw, this is a verb, tirar. People threw us bullets. But those bullets, which is the subject, are coming back. Van a volver. Are coming back soon. We love Camazotz. He's a nice Chicano comrade. Who doesn't know a lot of Spanish. Tell Camazotz to take these lessons. We love him. So las balas, the bullets que nos tiraron, that they threw at us, van a volver, are going to come back. So determinante más núcleo, which is the determinante es las, the balas, the bullets, that's the name, the noun. Say the noun of the name. That's the nucleus of the subject. And this is complemento, but I don't know if it's adjetival. I would say it's some modifier, but I wouldn't say adjetival. Maybe I messed up that sentence analyzing thing. Yeah, they exactly, Delph. You missed they threw at us. That nos, it's a reflexive, so it's at us. So that at us, they threw. If you see like that at us, they threw. I hope it makes sense. So it's the bullets that they threw at us are going to come back. It implies the future, of course. They're coming back in the near future. So this is el sujeto, all of this. There's a complement. I don't know if it's adjetival. Que nos tiraron. Could be that it modifies the type of bullets that they were, which is the bullets. It's not any bullet, but the bullets that they threw at us. So, okay. Van a volver. Are going to come back. Volver, again, verb. Segunda conjugación. So we saw a verb in ir before. I think it was, what was it? Vivir. Vivir. Tercera conjugación. Ir. And now we're at volver. Segunda conjugación. So, las balas que nos tiraron van a volver. Sujeto, las balas que nos tiraron. Predicado, van a volver. Morir y vivir. Yes. Somehow, throwing bullets seems ineffective. Yeah. You know, shooting, you know. Also, just finished dinner. Smacznego. Bon appetit. Yeah, exactly. The bullets they threw at us. Exactly. So you should probably put your bullets in your gun rather than throwing them. Yeah, you throw them very powerfully with a gun, you know? You propel them. It's a matter of throwing, just with a lot of, with a very specific vector, I would say. But the bullets they threw at us are coming back, which, you know, it's there. You can check the song that I made inspired by the Chilean protest. In Portuguese, tirar means to take off. To throw is atirar. And check it out. That's what we were talking about before. You know, about learning French. Same with Portuguese. French, Spanish, and Portuguese, they have like a lot of false friends. Words that sound the same or almost the same, but they're different. Careful with those. They're little linguistic landmines, but they're not damaging only in your pride when you make your mistake. If you're too proud, you know, which is something. It's nice to drop the pride sometimes and go like, fuck it, it's fine. Life is what it is. We make mistakes and it's fine. In English, we say yeet to the tweet. They yeeted at us. I don't know. It's the bullets they shot at us, but you know, yeah. Actually, it's in this context would be shooting. Actually, tirar. It's like that's more or less the same. But you know, the bullets that they shot at us, they're coming back. So yeah, that's very straightforward. Okay. This is another protest slogan from Argentina. Que se vayan todos. So we have subject, sujeto, which is todos, everybody, all of them. And que se vayan is like wishing for something to happen. So it's wishing for everyone to go. Let all of them go. You know, all of them must go. More or less, but it's not exactly an imperative. It's a very Spanish type formula, I guess. Que se vayan is when you demand that all of them go. It was a time in Argentina when they accumulated a lot of economic crisis due to neoliberalism and neoliberal policies and speak English every now and then, say things wrong. Yeah, I say things wrong all the time. In English, in Spanish, in Norwegian, in Polish. I say I am wrong in a lot of different languages. It's fine. Pretendere is to demand. Pretendere. Wow. Aren't the Italian words for pasta and pennies Penne, yeah, with a double N. Penne with double N. It's the mac. What we call in Spanish, actually, we call them macarrones, but it's actually, the penne rigate is the ones with with okay, striations. This is getting a little bit raunchy. Didn't we have this conversation already? Yeah. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We did. Yeah, we did. Okay, you remember better. I have very liquid brain. I tend to forget. But penises and striations and whatnot, it goes to very horny places, and it's fine. People gotta rub against each other. People rub against each other and have fun. As long as it's healthy and they do it respectfully, and most of the time it's giggles and good times. So, okay, que se vayan todos. So all of them must go. And it was a time when the Argentinian politicians had been, enacting all kinds of privatizations and neoliberal policies, and there was a disastrous handling of the economy. It's still coming back all the time, and even this is before Macri, but after the times of Macri, it was the time when the Corralito happened, where people that had no liquidity in the banks and whatnot. It was a huge crisis. I would suggest you look it up, because it was a big deal, and people were demanding that all the politicians must go, because they were all corrupt. They were different. People gotta rub against each other. My Spanish teacher, 2021. You know how it goes. People like to do that. Let them do it, freely and respectfully, and in good joy. Let them enjoy themselves. They're good people. All of y'all are young and wonderful. So go for it. Go rub against each other, my minions. Anyway. Que se vayan todos. So there was another song about this, actually, from my friends from Desechos. Que se vayan todos y no quede ni uno solo. So yeah, the Argentinians were very pissed off at their politicians, because they were all neoliberal shills, selling the goods of the country. You're fun, Delph. Anyway, I'm your comrade. I am another little furless monkey, if you know what I mean. So something happened. It's a way of expressing things. So that's a determinant. Que se vayan, because this is like the imperative. So this is the wish that something happens. Ir, to go, would be tercera conjugación as well, like ir. Actually, it's ir is like the third conjugation condensed in the same word of the verb. It's like everything is suffix there. It's ir. Ar, ir, the three suffixes of the infinitive part of the verb, but this is just the suffix to go. So would be like go, me voy, I'm going away. So when you use the reflexive se, so irse, it's to go away, to depart, to go elsewhere, to split. But que se vayan, it's let them go away. Who? All of them. Todos. All of them. All of the politicians must go. And it's implied that it's the politicians in the context, but it could be like everyone, all of them, whoever, whatever. This is implied because we know the context of this, right? Was this protest here, right? So you see external debt, libertad a los presos políticos, so freedom to political, not to the payment of the external debt. It was a time when Argentina was screwed up by the FMI, and there was a crisis of liquidity, basically, because of the neoliberal comrades. Okay, yeah, that makes sense as a comparison. Random Slovak grammar. Is there a Spanish equivalent to based? I don't know. It's a hola, spiders are wholesome. Bienvenide a esta clase de español. We're like on the last sentence of the slideshow before we go to the extras, to the bonuses. So you come like only for the sweet rewarding part, I guess. This was mostly the class part. It wasn't super long because we're analyzing the sentences and how they work. So que se vayan. This is just the verb, and this is the expression of the wish. So the verb is here with its reflexive that because ir by itself. ¿Dónde vas? Where are you going? It's to go somewhere. You go to a place, you go to a location, you go to a destination, whichever. But irse, to go oneself, literally, this is not a thing in English, but if you follow my drift, it modifies the verb into being going away. Me voy. I'm going away. I'm splitting. I'm leaving the premises. Like Elvis has left the building. Elvis se ha ido del edificio. And good thing, because Elvis was the hero of the most, but I never gave a fuck. I'm quoting Chuck D from Public Enemy. I think it was on Fight the Power. Anyway, let me see if you have more questions. Because sometimes I get like a little bit sidetracked, as you can see. Javi, you decide. What do you think should be the Spanish equivalent to based? I don't know. Because based, is something that is like very based on theory and stuff. It's a relatively new thing, and I don't think in Spanish we think in those terms. Like you could say. Este tío controla, or whatever, this guy knows what he's doing or whatever, right? So, but, you can say, que jefe, que puto jefe, what a fucking boss, because what he's saying is so, we have different ways of cheering, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if making like a literal translation of the term would work as well in Spanish. But yeah, Sol is punching in Slovak. Kashite ohacha. Everyone goes. Yeah, got curious and looked it up. What's the difference between me voy versus salgo? Because salir, it's going outside of some place. So you can be outside already and going away to a different area, a different location. But salir, it means you're inside something and you're going outside. I hope it makes sense. And yeah, que se vayan todos y no quede ni uno solo. Again, I'm not gonna play the song just in case it's copyrighted or whatever, but it's good stuff. Check it out, Desechos, que se vayan todos. Caminando recorren la acera de una selva de muros de piedra. Testarudos pasos sobre el hormigón con el tiempo, sus huellas. I don't remember much of the lyrics, but yeah, que se vayan todos. Que se vayan todos y no quede ni uno solo. Anyway, we're going to the extra. The bonus thing that I prepared for today. It's a El bonus thing for which I'm gonna need my guitar. which I conveniently have over here. Not that I planned this all along. It's already plugged in and everything. Of course I planned this. That doesn't guarantee that I'm gonna play it right, okay? But I hope you're all hearing the guitar. So we're gonna take a classic song, which is La Internacional, the Internationale. You know the song, La Internacional. So we're gonna do like a little bit of a literal translation. If you wanna compare it with the lyrics of the Internationale in your language and see how it's translated, it's gonna sound funny, okay? But it makes a lot of sense in Spanish. That's what I want you to, like, bridging the gap of the words of the lyrics in Spanish and in your language, and how they're different, okay? Bridging through English, even if English is the final destination language for you in your mind, or if it's just a bridge language to bridge the gap between your mother tongue and the Spanish. So, arriba means upwards. Arriba, parias de la tierra. Upwards, pariae of the earth. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So, arriba, parias de la tierra, en pie, famélica legión. So, up, arriba, so onwards and upwards, pariae, parias, the pariah people, of the earth, de la tierra, of the earth. So, arriba, parias de la tierra. En pie, famélica legión. En pie is to stand up, Stand up, you hungry legion. Legion in the sense, in this case, in this context, of swaths of people. I think, is the microphone going... Yeah, I kind of failed to tighten up the mic. There you go. So, arriba, parias de la tierra, en pie, famélica legión. Atruena la razón en marcha, es el fin de la opresión. Atruena. Atruena, atronar is to thunder, as a verb. La razón, the reason, Yeah, stand up, you hungry, rise the people of the earth, stand up, hungry legions. Yeah, the Internationale. The Internationale. L'Internacional. So, la razón, the reason. En marcha, which is, en marcha is like, it's happening, it's ongoing, it walks, it So, not really like a march, like a military march, but something that is going forward, right? En marcha, it's something that is, it's ongoing and it's moving towards, it's supposed to move, right? Es el fin, it is the end. El fin, the end, of, de, opresión, which is very straightforward, right? Yeah, kind of in progression. Yeah, that would be a way to, to say it. So, arriba, parias de la tierra, en pie, famélica legión. Atruena la razón en marcha, es el fin de la opresión, del pasar hay que hacer añicos. Legión esclava, pie a vencer. El mundo va a cambiar de base. Los nada de hoy, todo han de ser. I'm gonna stop it there so we can translate a little bit. So, from del pasado, from the past. Del is one of those contractions that we have, like it's de el, from the. We have like al, to the, and del, from the. Those are very two common contractions. So instead of writing de el, we write del. Del pasado, we write delv, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, delv. Del pasado. Just kidding. Del pasado, from the past. Hay que hacer añicos. We must. Hay que is something that we have to. You know, we have to, we must. And hacer añicos is to break into little pieces, to smash into little pieces. So we must smash the past into little pieces. Del pasado hay que hacer añicos. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the props. Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if you know what I mean. Instead of del, I say delv. It's just a little joke. Bear with me. I'm a boomer. No, not a boomer. Luckily, I'm an Xer, which is, I think it's worse. But yeah, generations don't define people. Fuck that shit. That's essentialism. So, Legión esclava, again, legion in the meaning of a lot of people, right? A big mass of people. So, esclava is slave legion, slave masses. En pie, stand up. En pie. Pie is like a foot, but en pie is to stand up. A vencer. Let's go to win. We have, a world to win. Like, by the way, shout out to A World to Win. You're a Gen X as well, Johnny. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, towards victory, right? A vencer. So, legión esclava en pie a vencer. El mundo, the world, which, by the way, there's a newspaper here in Spain which is shitty as fuck, called El Mundo, but it has nothing to do with the world. It's the shittiest part of the world. that newspaper is crap. Anyway, El Mundo va a cambiar. Is going to change de base. It's going to change its base. So, we were commenting before about based. So the world is going to change its base. We got all the good people. We got all the good generations and the good comrades in here. That's very true. You're in the middle, Nicole. Ooh. So we got Xers, Zs in the middle-ish. We got no boomers. But I got nothing but respect from our people like 50, 60 years old who are actually awesome. So again, it's not about generations. It's about people. So los nada, the nothings de hoy, of today, the nothings of today, los nada de hoy. Todo, everything, han de ser. They must be. Or they must become. So the nothings of today must become everything. And then we get to the... Okay. We get to the chorus, which is agrupémonos todas, or todes. I'm gonna say todes, because this is a little bit outdated, and todos was the masculine, was supposed to be like the plural for everybody, but I'm gonna change it to agrupémonos todes en la lucha final, y el género humano, mano es la internacional. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. Opsi. Ok. Final el género y el género humano es la internacional. So, agrupémonos todos. Let's group all of us together. Let's gather all of us. En la lucha final. In the final struggle. In the struggle final. In the final struggle. El género humano, the human gender, but it doesn't mean gender like in gender expression. It means like the species, the whole human people, is the internationale. Es la internacional. So second verse goes like ni en dioses, reyes, ni tribunos está el supremo salvador. So, not in gods, ni is like a nor in gods, kings, nor tribunes. Tribunos is like politicians, we could say, like, yeah. Genera, yeah, could be like a literal translation, but good guess. Don't worry. Disappearing on. I'm trying to find more information about Leserrando Ocupado. Okay. Leserrande, that's the Italian. Yeah, I mean, they're cracking down on anarchists right now, on squatters and dual power structures. They're really scared. The bad guys are really scared right now, and they're cracking down on everyone who's outside their boxes. So nor in gods, ni en dioses, kings, reyes, ni tribunos or politicians está, lies or is the supreme savior, el supremo salvador. Nosotros, I would say, mismes realicemos, let us ourselves make come true the redempting effort, el esfuerzo redentor. So, ni en dioses, reyes, ni tribunos, está el supremo salvador. Nosotras mismas realicemos el esfuerzo redentor para hacer que el tirano caiga y el mundo esclavo liberar. Soplemos la potente fragua que el hombre libre ha de forjar, y la mujer libre y la persona no binaria libre también. So, para hacer que el tirano caiga, so in order to make the tyrant fall, so caiga is like the subjunctive. Remember we did that lesson on the subjunctive? Just read that the US puts technology sanctions against Cuba and Venezuela in place. Pieces of shit. Yeah, the US is it's falling apart. It's gonna go down anyway. So, in order to make the tyrant fall, para hacer que el tirano caiga. So, it's for, or in order to in this context, in order to make, para hacer que. In order to make the tyrant fall, el tirano caiga. So, hacer que caiga. So, hacer que caiga. Who? El tirano. the tyrant. So in order for us to make the tyrant fall, and the slave y el mundo esclavo, and the slave world set free, so we can liberate the slave world as well. Soplemos, let us blow the powerful fragua. It's damn it. You know the fire where you forge things. How do you call that? Fragua. But you know the forge. Let's blow on the forge fire. Powerful forge fly. Yeah, it's forge, right? Furnace. Yeah, maybe, you know. It's just a forge, okay. Use the forge. Luke, use the forge. No, just kidding. Let's blow on the powerful forge that the free men must forge as a verb. You know, because fragua and forjar are different verbs. You know, fragua is a name and it doesn't, you know, but you know. Let's blow on the powerful furnace that the free men must forge. So, you know, again, hombre libre, free man, because it's old schooly, old timey. I would say free person. But, you know. Ni en dioses, reyes, ni tribunos está el Supremo Salvador. Nosotros mismos realicemos el esfuerzo redentor para hacer que el tirano caiga y el mundo esclavo liberar. Soplemos la potente fragua que la persona libre ha de forjar. And chorus again, all of us together. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano es la internacional. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. I need to find another chord. Final. El género humano es la internacional. So there's another. So la ley nos burla y el Estado oprime y sangra al productor. Nos da derechos irrisorios. No hay deberes del Señor. Basta ya de tutela odiosa, que la igualdad le ha de ser. No más deberes sin derechos, ningún derecho sin deber. Let's analyze this. Vamos a analizar esto. I was there in Spanish already. Waving lighter. Yeah, it's a classic. No non-main exclusion in our movement. You know the drill, Delph. It is what it is. So the law mocks us, you know, makes a fool of us, and the state oppresses and bleeds the producer, meaning the working person, right? It gives us irrisorio is something that you laugh at, like ridiculous rights, like ridiculously low rights or ridiculously token rights, tokenistic, I should say in this context. It gives us laughable rights. No hay deberes, there are no duties del Señor for the Lord or of the Lord. So the Lord has no duties, but we have ridiculous rights. So basta ya, enough. Basta ya, it means enough, I'm done. Basta ya. De tutela odiosa, of hateful tutelage, or let's say tutorship of the state on the working people in this context. Que la igualdad ley ha de ser, that equality must be law. La igualdad, equality, so that the equality lay law must be. That the equality law must be, it's kind of poetic language-ish. And in quotes here, no more duties without rights. No más deberes sin derechos. Ningún derecho, no right, sin deber, without a duty. And next chorus. So let's sing along to the whole thing, okay? Arriba parias de la tierra, en pie famélica legión, atruena la razón en marcha, es el fin de la opresión. Del pasado hay que hacer añicos, legión esclava en pie a vencer. El mundo va a cambiar de base, los nada de hoy todo han de ser. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano es la internacional. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano es la internacional. Ni en dioses, reyes ni tribunos está el supremo Salvador. Nosotros mismos realicemos el esfuerzo redentor para hacer que el tirano caiga y el mundo esclavo liberar. I always mess up this chord. Soplemos la potente fragua que el hombre libre ha de forjar. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano es la internacional. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano es la internacional. La ley nos burla y el Estado exprime y sangra al productor. Nos da derechos irrisorios. No hay deberes del Señor. Basta ya de tutela odiosa, que la igualdad libre ha de ser. No más deberes sin derechos, ningún derecho sin deber. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano con la internacional. Agrupémonos todos en la lucha final. El género humano es la internacional. Okay, more or less. That's it. Thank you so much. Ah, you like the groove, huh? Gracias, Delph. Gracias. So I guess that's the lesson for today. I'm gonna stop the recording for the people who are. That's the lesson for today. So I'm stopping the recording for the people on YouTube who are gonna watch this later. And gracias. You know, some bonus, a little bit of singing, you know, at the end of a language class. It's a little bit of a relief, I suppose.